it's me, and welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I am going to be showing you how I made my intro that is currently on my channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about the animation that just played in the beginning of this video. I've gotten 2 comments saying that they want an intro and an outro tutorial. Today, I'm just going to be doing an intro, and then the outro will be separate. Now, I've already made an animation for this video, like as an example, but to make this go quicker, I'm just going to show you how to do it, and then I'll show you my finished product. So let's get into it. So first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to open up a Roblox Studio that's going to hopefully download automatically when you download Roblox. And if it doesn't, then you can go download it. Just look it up and make sure it's a secure website. Okay, so once you've reached this place, you should hit the base plate right here. So once Roblox Studio has opened up, it should be just a blank base plate. You may not have these grid lines. If you don't have to have these, so I'll just turn them off for this video. So to actually get your load your character, you're gonna need a plugin. Now to get it's called a load character, and to get this plugin, you can go to a person's profile in Roblox called Already Pro. On players, you can go in his inventory and get the free version, the load character light. Click on it, and then you should you'll hit install. I have it already, but just hit install and it should just automatically go into here. So when you've done that, go into load character and then type in the white box, type your username. So mine is grafun1 or grayfun1. And I personally do R6, but you can do R15. But for this video, I'm just gonna do R6. So there's my character. It's already beautiful woman. Okay, so some people do not know how to change the face. So you see how I have this smiling girl face. What you're gonna need to do is, if you want to change the face, you go into the head category under your character, and you see this face decal, and you can right click it and hit cut. So you can either go in images and search up like face, or you can go into my images, which you have downloaded from the Roblox library. So if I wanted to add this face, I could. It looks a little messed up in the glasses, but I could use that. But I'm not going to, and I'm just going to use my regular face. So once you do this, you do not have to move it. All you have to do is right click on the character name in the Explorer and hit export selection. Then what you can do is you can go make a new folder. I've already made one since this is the second recording. It's going to always be on OBJ, which is what you're wanting. If it is something else, which I doubt it will be, make sure it's on .obj and hit save. And now you can close out of the base plate. So what's next? You're gonna have to use Blender. Now this tutorial is gonna be using Blender 2.79 because that's the version I use, and it's the most simplest version in my opinion. That's enough for my brain. But there are 2 rigs down in the description below that you can download for it that you may need for this part of the video. When you open up Blender, you'll see this, and you can just left click out of that, and then you see this blocks, hello? You see this box. I almost said blocks again. If it's not highlighted, you can just right click it and hit X on your keyboard, and then you hit delete. I don't even think you have to delete that stuff, I just do it anyway. But then once you have the rigs downloaded in the description, you go into File, Open, and then it should be a default blend. How to get this is that save your rig to somewhere you'll find it, and just go under Rig and then default.blend. And then hit open Blender file. So what you'll see is this, or you should if you have the women rig. I think there's a men rig, but we're not going to need this head. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the head, and to do this you right click it and then hit shift to right click multiple items at once. Oh, also to move around in Blender, what you're going to need to do is hit shift F and WASD to move around, and to go faster you hit shift. So we're going to download everything, highlight everything, and then you can just delete all the face. You just want to delete the head, that's all you have to do. So then what you're going to do is you're going to go right click on an arm or a limb or something. I just would right click on the arm and go down to this white little box next to view. You click on it and you should see node editor. Click on that and it should pull up this looking thing. It looks a little confusing, but trust me, it's not as confusing as you think it is. So from the third box from this part, you should see image check texture. You'll hit this file icon and then find your texture. It should be under where you saved the OBJ in your thing, and it should be Mine is Gray Fun 1 and then 3. Try to pick the one with the most kilobytes because that's probably the one you're looking for. And once that's done, you can go back into 3D view. And look at that, I should have my body texture, and I do. So what you can do now is you can hit File, and then you can hit Import. And then do wavefront.obj, and then get your OBJ that you saved earlier. Hit Import OBJ. So what this should do is you should bring in your whole character, but what you can do is you're gonna delete some of the things. Do not delete any of the head items. You can delete some other items, or you can delete the head items, the things you don't want. So for example, I do not want this cat tail, so I'm gonna delete that. So originally, the person was facing this way. If the head's backwards, that means that it's facing the right way. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna delete the body that is not facing the right way. Leave the head, because that is important. Make sure you delete the right arms and not the wrong ones. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna see in my head, right click the head, and then hit shift and hold everything to highlight everything else. If you've highlighted everything, go into the tools tab right here and hit join. Then what you're gonna do is under set origin, you're gonna hit origin to geometry, and then you're gonna go over to this little tool thing, this little box over here, and under Z do 180 or 180, and that is how you turn your head around. Now it may look a little funky, which means like it should be like a little forward. All you have to do for this is just move it back a little bit to where you want it. But you should have this. Let's go into your settings first. Under camera, what you're gonna do, or under the camera icon, you're gonna scroll down into output. What you're gonna need to do is you click this and make sure it's an AVI JPEG. You can make it transparent if you want, but we're gonna be adding a color background for this. Is you want to go into the X output, and this is where it'll be saved. You can click on a folder where you want this to be saved. I'm just gonna have it on my desktop. Accept. So it's just gonna be on my desktop for when I need to find it. Since I already made an intro, I'm not gonna be exporting this. I'm just doing this for the purpose of the video. But after that, what you need to do is go to this world icon and hit ambient occlusion. Now this is the part when we're going to change the color of the background. So what you need to do is hit color, and over here you choose this gray box. What you can do is you can lighten up the colors and just choose whatever color you want. Just try not to make it too vibrant so it hurts people's eyes. Now what you can do, this crashes my render, or my blender, sorry. You can go under scene and then hit denoising, but it does pretty well on cycles render anyway. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna go down here and you're gonna make sure it's at 0, or start at 0. It can start at 1, it doesn't matter. What we're gonna have to do is hit this red red record button. Turn that on. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure everything, it should add this little check mark right here. Make sure you are in pose mode when you're doing this. So then you can start moving around your animation. So for example, if I wanted to make it wave, I could do this. If you want things to rotate, next to this global button, there should be a round little sphere and you can make it rotate. So if I were wanting it to wave like right over around here, I can do this. I can do this. And let's just make it so that it goes back down, like at the starting, so it's down. And then what it does is that if we were to play that, it'd look like that. And then a few little seconds later, we can turn it a little bit to make it look like it's waving. Like so. And then it can go back down. And then you can make it so that the head turns if you wanted. Just do this, and then that, and if these white little things are here, these yellow little things are here, you're doing this right. I just made a short little animation. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Like that. And I can make the head go back down if I wanted to. So you got the animation part done, okay? If there's no keyframes, that means you did not hit the record button. So you see where this ends. It ends at 104. From the start, it should say 1, and then end, it should be the number that the last keyframe is ended at, so it doesn't take as long to render. So next it's time to go to the camera. Make sure you are in object mode when you are doing this. go into add, and then go to camera. And to access the camera, hit 0 on the numpad. What you can do with this is that you can make it zoom in if you want. This is your camera angle. So what I did on this animation, I made it so that it's, or my intro, I made it so that it zoomed in like this. So it looked like this. And we can make it even if we wanted to. We can make it like, or make this start right here, and then we can make this zoom in, like right here. And then at the end, it could go away if it wanted to. Like that. So it would look like this. If you wanted to add like a little thing right there. So then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you what it looks like rendered, like to show the lighting. It's not gonna look this staticky in the finished product. But if you were wanting to, you can always add a light in the, what is it called? A light in the background if you wanted to. We can always hit add an object and then go to lamp and then sun. Now to use this, you go up, it can make it go at any angle you want the sunlight to be from. So what you would do is you'd rotate it to face your character from whatever angle you want. And if you were wanting to change the color, I'll show you how to do that right now. So if I wanted this light to be a different color, I go into the light option. It should be like a little sun, and then go into color, and then I can change it. You can always check what this looks like through a rendered text version. Now finally, what you have to do is you go into the camera mode, and then you hit render your animation right here. And that's pretty much how you make the actual animation. So what you can do, since I already made this, I am not going to render this. I'm going to show you what I did earlier, what I did yesterday. That's what I made yesterday. It's just a small little thing like this. It waves and then it points away, and it's gonna show like social medias and stuff. I'm gonna use my Wondershare Filmora editor. You do not have to use this. Any editor works. It's just the editor I use. So what I have to do is just drop it here, and I have to find the animation that I made. So my friend Austin was nice enough to lend me some music to use for the specific intro in this specific video. What you can do is, or I'm gonna pull up the music because he gave it to me. So we're gonna put this in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add in the music. Now this music's gonna be pretty loud because it's actually really loud. But we're gonna find where the drop goes. Right there, that's what I want. I want the drop that it plays. Like so. So it will go look like this. And then what you can do here is you can actually take a screenshot of the blue. Like if I were to open my snipping tool and hit new and then like screenshot it, I can just screenshot the blue so it looks nicer. We're gonna import it right here. Okay, and so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import 2 videos that I actually recorded for this specific intro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import just the subscriber one, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do crop and zoom, and then you can add a motion. Like I'm just gonna do a boom motion, so it looks like this. Let's make it a little bit more to the side so that it doesn't look kind of empty. So what you can do here is I can like fade it out so it sounds more natural. There we go. And that's how I make my intros. I hope you all enjoyed watching this. I know I didn't go that much in depth. I'm really sorry, but it's the best I could do to explain it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.